Okay. Hi guys, welcome to the demo day for what is today? March the 11th, 2022. So today we are going to just show you guys the design for the new website that's coming out hopefully early next week or middle next week, and then also just walk you guys through the referral code system that we built for the lever sale and just give an update on where we are in the staged launch process of the lever sale.
Alrighty. So yeah, as Scott mentioned, here's the design for the Leverly website. So just first off, we're not going to include those three menu items for now. Those are pages that we are actually going to build. So the roadmap, governance, and team. But for now, just to get something out there, if somebody looks at Leverly, we're going to be building this landing page. And for clarity, we are booking meetings with investors and doing one-on-ones and showing our presentation. And it's important for us to have something on the web, at least if those people want to go and look, who's the team, what's the governance, that kind of stuff, so that is available. But for an MVP, we're just going to launch it as is. So we've got a nice hero statement with a get started button. For now, these will probably go to the sale until the actual interface is live. Then we'll point them to the dashboard. We've got an explainer section for the core offering. So just a few quite important core offering elements that we want to showcase, and then a nice call to action section. We've got a section that explains how the sale works, as well as a few further mechanics on the sale. And then we've also got a nice footer and all the different links, as well as a join the beta testing whitelist. So yeah, not an overly complicated website, not a ton of content, but at least something that we can showcase so that we just seem legit. And yeah, we're also building this with a Strappy backend and a Next.js frontend so that we can extend the framework when we add the roadmap, the governance, the team, on whatever else is needed later on. So just for clarity, this is a completely separate website, and then that's separate to the sale dashboard. So the design is basically done. We are busy doing the actual development of this now. And as Scott mentioned, I strongly doubt that we'll finish by mid next week. Earliest, I would say end of next week.
Strong. The force is strong.
We'll see how it goes. Cool. Yeah. So that's it in terms of a website. Scott, over to you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the other thing that we finished is the referral system. Let me just quickly share my screen here. All right. So the other thing that we finished is the referral system, which basically there is a 5% referral reward that if you go to the sale and you click here on referral link, it's going to just use a secondary one there. Use a referral link, basically. You can generate yourself a referral code. It'll automatically copy it to the dashboard, to the clipboard. And if you paste it in here, and you then basically do a purchase from the sale, then what's going to happen, I can quickly show that technically, is this, there is a cookie in here.
You just have to connect the wallet and click the buy button.
Okay. Okay, but is the cookie not supposed to display the value?
Now just enter anything and click the buy button.
Okay, but then I'm going to need to.
Okay, now click the refresh button. You can just decline this, reject this. Click the refresh button now on the cookie.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well there it is. All right. Well, there is the cookie. Okay, so obviously the cookie gets loaded. I just don't think it shows up here the first time you're on the. You actually go to the page.
No, So the cookie is actually, just for clarity, the cookie is planted once you actually try and buy.
Oh, okay. Is that where the cookie then? Okay, but well, hold on. Then I think we need to just adjust that because the cookie needs to be stored if the guy comes to the website at all. Remember, he
Yeah,
might.
no, well,
Hmm?
it's yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be triggered by the buy button because they might look and then come back later. And then there, yeah, that's a small technical thing that we'll have to change. I think we'll have to plant the cookie immediately upon the first visit. That's the good point.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So basically now what happens is if you fill in some amount, then, or if anybody else basically buys some lever tokens, then what's going to happen is 5% of the total generated lever, which is about 12.5% of this amount here at the bottom. So let's say, for instance, somebody chucks in one lever, one ether token, then the guy who's buying will get out about 200,000. Let me just quickly calculate what 200 that is, yeah, so then the referrer will get about just under 27,000 tokens out for this kind of buy. Yeah, so basically we have some pretty strong crypto content websites. Well, we have one very strong crypto content website who are going to be using a referral code. And we also have some of our existing investors who also would like to use the referral code. Yeah, and hopefully that drives a lot of like interest and a lot of additional liquidity to the lever sale. Yeah, Chris, that's it from my side. Is there anything else from your side?
Yeah, I think we can just share on the overall progress. So we are reaching out to some LinkedIn social selling people. I did have a meeting last week. I'm just waiting for some actual feedback and pricing on that. But the current plan for clarity is not to run ads or to do blog articles or any of that stuff. We're basically doing manual in-person or virtual one-to-one sessions to get the initial investment. So we're focusing on how do we find people, we're telling people, we're helping them to buy from the interface, and we're putting the stuff in place so that if they might want to do more validation, they can do so. But until we've raised a sufficient amount, we're not going to spend money on ads or any of that stuff. We're first figuring out what all the issues and objections are when selling this thing in person. So yeah, that's just some clarity on the current strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, cool. And we'll also be, from my side, I'm also outputting some more information about what the actual lever product will do and, you know, how that basically will generate value for the token holders. Yeah, that's kind of it from my side. Cool. Thank you for joining, Chris.
One other thing I think we can just mention, the sale is currently still only live to the community. We haven't taken it live to the general public yet. We are first going to, or we're wrapping up the terms and conditions, and then we will actually, once that's updated, we will actually make the sale live to the general public and to some of the other investors. But the current round has just been the internal team as well as the community. So yeah, and I think we've raised about a total of 16.4 ETH. What was it?
Yeah, there's about
16.7.
Yeah, so I think there's about 16. Well, okay. Remember, some of that ETH was basically for the actual like setup of the entire system. But currently, there's about I think there's about $30,000 worth of backing liquidity for the lever token. Yeah.
Great. That's it from my side.
Okay. Awesome sauce. Thanks, Chris.
Cool. Thanks, Carl.
Bye.